Nag-level up na ang Adamson Falcons na matagal-tagal na rin hindi nakakapasok sa UAP Final Four. At ang unang step sa pag-revamp ng basketball program ng Falcons ay ang pag-hire nila ng isang top-notch coach sa katauhan ng 5-time champion na si Coach Franz Pumarin na makakasama natin ngayong gabi. Welcome to the Score, Coach. Thanks for joining us.
Yes.
Welcome back to the UAP. It's been a while.
Good evening, TJ. It's nice to be back here.
All right. Well, pag-usapan mo natin yung coach, yung decision mo to go back to the UAP. I mean, you've nothing to prove. You've won 5 titles. Nakapag-PBA na kayo. Ano yung naging thought process for you that you wanted to go back to the UAP?
Well, actually, after my PBA stint, when the Air 21 was franchise was bought already,
Right.
no, it gave me a chance to go on a break.
Okay.
Kasi for the longest time, medyo matagal-tagal ako.
Tuloy-tuloy kayo,
Yes,
no? Right.
same schedule and everything. Then, after a year and a half, I got a text message, a call from one of the sponsors. So I think they'll be the major sponsor now of Adamson if I'm interested to sit down.
Okay.
Then sabi ko, why not? In fact, ano to eh, I think it was really my destiny to be with them because what's so funny, he has a common friend who's a manager of one of the restaurants here.
Okay.
So, hiningi number ko.
Okay.
Eh, sabi niya, I have to ask Franz first.
Okay.
So anyway, the next day, I called up the guy asking for a reservation for my...
Dun sa restaurant?
Yes, dun sa
Okay.
restaurant. Then sabi niya, Coach, okay lang mabigay yung number mo? Sabi ko, yeah, why not?
Okay.
Anyway, it's just an exploratory talk.
Okay. And
So
then
that
doon na kayo nag-usap nun?
Yes, and they made me feel that they really want me. They were really aggressive in trying to convince me. They gave me enough, they told me they're going to give me enough elbow room
Okay.
to really put direction to the program
To
that
the
I
program,
want.
correct,
Yes.
oo.
In other words, may free hand talaga.
Correct. Well, hindi kayo nag-alangan na, of course, Kalaki Lasal, and you're going to go to any other school. And that was fine with you. I mean, since the chance to go back to the UAP was a good opportunity enough.
Well, actually, it's just two things that really made the decision for me medyo quite easy. First, in the challenge of rebuilding a basketball program. In fact, when I went there, the exploratory talks, I went to the museum. I saw the trophy of the 1977.
Kila Marlu.
No.
Di
That's
ba?
Hector Calma.
77. Hector
77,
Calma.
Hector
Sorry,
Calma.
oo nga pala. Yeah.
Yun, the challenge of trying to...
Okay. At kasabayan niyo yun.
Yes,
Teammate niyo
yes.
yun.
To put back, at least
Right.
sa basketball discussion ng
Yes,
Adamson.
oo.
And of course, and the management right now is also headed by, from LaSalle also,
Correct.
Mr. Chris Chu.
Kapangalan
Akari.
lang.
Yes,
Let's clarify. Kapangalan lang ng Chris Chu.
Kaya I was telling Chris Chu, kaya sumikat yung Chris Chu ng ROS ngayon, it's because of the Chris Chu of Akari.
Dahil kay Chris. Okay, well, let's look at the team, Coach. Pag-usapan natin yung team na ma-inherit mo. You're losing graduating players si Joseph Nalos, who's one of the more explosive guys there, na apparently because of his previous college stint already, konti lang yung eligibility niya. And then pati si Capote. But you still have a guy named Papi Sar, which is very interesting. We talked about him a bit off the air. What do you like about Papi Sar na ito ba yung parang franchise player na ika nga you can build the team around and the character of the team you want to build?
Well, actually, like what I mentioned a while ago, TJ, last time I had a dominating big guy was during Aliado's time pa.
Okay.
After that, talagang I was more of a, the team that I handled was more of a backcourt strength.
Guard and forward.
Yes.
Small ball, di ka nga.
Yes,
Dati
puro
nun,
small boy talaga. This one, he still need a lot of polishing, but you can see he can be a dominant big guy.
Right.
In fact, first time that I've seen it up close when when the coaches conducted a, big guys, practice.
Okay.
There's a lot of promise.
Okay. Will we expect the same style pa rin, Coach Franz, of what you were able to bring the success back then when you won the 5 titles, yung fast-breaking, full-court pressing team?
Well, it all depends on my materials because
Okay.
right
So
now...
hindi nyo pipilitin na
Yes.
ito yung sistema ko, you have to conform to it?
Yes,
Okay.
it depends on the materials that I'll have.
Okay.
But of course, it's going to be a case-to-case basis. As we all know, there's still a lot of veterans coming in.
Right.
And I was quite surprised with the players on the
Team B?
Team B. Yes.
Okay. So may material din doon?
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Interestingly, very quickly, you already put your coaching staff together. It's a nice mix of the staff are familiar that you've had, si Coach
Yes.
Tanichi, Coach Jack, and then you got Don and Renren. Talk
Yes.
about getting Don and Renren, putting them on their coaching
Well,
staff.
first of all, there were my players before.
Right.
They know my system. More or less, they know how I run practices, or if ever there's a new one, there's a new style, they can easily adapt to it. Because like what I was telling management and the Adamson officials, it's so hard on my part if, imagine I'm training the players at the same time I'm training also the coaches. And of course, Coach Mike Furman will still be on board. He will help us out. And with Don, he's very nice guy. He can easily get along with the new guys because he just recently retired. I think he will be a big help, especially on the development of Papi. And Renren. Who wouldn't know Renren? I think he's one of the only three players that the number
Retired.
Yes.
Exactly.
And the credential-wise, I think the players will be looking up to him.
Coach, pag ganun ba, is it easier to recruit? I know it was back then, that's part of the game. That's part of the UAP, nalabanan sa recruitment din to attract these players to the program, to the school, to the coaching staff as well. Kasi siguro after you won your 2-3 titles, it became easier. Ngayon na ata, you didn't have to call them, nagta-try out na ata sila lahat sa inyo. Pero what would it be like this time around? That the material's not yet as ripe, pero yung, as you said, the program's proven, the coaching staff's proven.
But I was surprised when after the press conference, when they announced my name already officially, and the rest of the coaching staff, I received a lot of phone calls coming from overseas.
Overseas pa?
Yes.
Okay.
As far as Washington, as far as Australia also, asking me if I'm interested to look at their sons, their kids, or their whatever. Because right now we're banking on our program, players that I develop. Because chances if you'll be playing for us, you're not only going to be a very good player, but also a ideal individual off and on the court.
Coach, you've as an outsider watching the UAP the last few years, you've seen how other programs have rebuilt themselves.
Yes.
NU,
Yes.
yung kapatid nyo,
Yes.
UE. Ano sa tingin mo ang kailangan doon to rebuild a
Well,
UAP program?
what's so funny when we were having that exploratory talks,
Nagpaalam ka ba sa mga kapatid mo?
Yeah.
Kaagad?
What's so funny? The school official were saying, Coach, okay ang team natin. Dahil the other teams, UST, FE, yung matatanggalan ng players yung malalagasan. So I was like, yeah, that's right. But you have to understand, nakapag-store na ng ano yan eh. Yung players
may mga team B na yan.
May team B na rin yan. Sana kung meron yung moratorium for 2 years, lahat ng mga top 3, top 4, wala mo recruitment, make us recruit.
Kaso walang ganun.
Wala. But anyway, it's going to be challenging on our part to recruit, to convince.
Yes.
Of course, because what we're going to present to the parents is not only their basketball program, but a well-rounded athlete.
Right.
Probably Adamson is just a they're not really known to be aggressive in recruiting, but this time around, I was given the go signal to really start recruiting.
Anong sinabi ng mga kapatid mo? Nung una mo sinabi sa kanila na magkakalaban na kayo ngayon?
Wala,
What did they say?
nag-congratulate sa akin.
Okay.
First of all, funny is we'll be facing each other in the opening game eh.
Opening game ka agad?
Yes, opening game.
Kasi ganun yun, yung ranking.
Yes, yung
finishing
ranking.
Okay.
And that's what I told nga the school officials and management. I want our team, whatever is the outcome of the game, after the game, people will still be talking about our team, the way we played, the way we run ourselves.
Right. What are your expectations for the first year or probably the first 2 years? Of course, material-wise, you can see naman, hindi naman siguro kaagad na fair to say, Final Four contender kaagad to. Pero para sa inyo, what would be a fair expectation?
Well, for me, it's a modest goal. In fact, even the president of Adamson, he understands it because it's going to be a big transition. Not only for the adjustment of the players, but also in recruiting. Because as we all know, there's going to be hard to recruit high school players because of the K-12.
Right.
So we'll be banking on players that we have right now, and of course, hopefully those field foreigners can really help us.
From what you've seen in the competition, tama nga, maraming mawawala sa FEU, maraming mawawala sa UST. LaSalle, though, will be strong because they've got Ben Mbala finally, I think, playing. And then Jeron's coming back for another year. Pero sino sa tingin mong mga teams to beat na magiging hamon sa inyo to make it to the Final Four?
Well, of course, the Final Four teams that the recent
This year?
UAP,
Okay.
and of course LaSalle will be still there.
Yep.
And remember the 1 year that UAE gained the last
We're so
season.
close, so correct.
Yeah, I think there were majority of 7%, 8% is rookies.
Buo pa rin.
Yes,
And rookies nga pala, so they all mature together. as
Yes,
a team.
yes.
Oh,
So
correct.
it's gonna be hard, but what's important is for us is to change the culture in Adamson.
Okay. Mahirap ba yun? How long does it take? I don't know. I don't recall how long it took for you in LaSalle when you took over from, was it Coach Jongba?
Yes.
What was it like to, to reintegrate
Well,
your culture there?
for me naman, just like our coaches, what's important is for the players right now, management, or even the school itself, is to start believing that we can, do a dramatic change.
Okay. And you've done it. You've done it in the past. We're
yeah.
seeing some old footage nga pala, by the way.
With the
Coach,
mustache.
para di kayo tumatanda.
With the mustache.
Tinanggal na ng konti bigote. But I mean, everybody's excited. The moment your name came up, we know the players you've produced, the teams that you've brought success to. What would be your message siguro naman to the Adamson community out there in terms of, siyempre excited sila kagad, Coach
Yes.
Franz Sumaren, and then we have a great coaching staff. Anong magiging
Well, of course,
message sa kanila?
we're here, kagaya ng sinasabi ko during my other interview, I won't sugarcoat it.
Okay.
That's why we're here, because we're hoping to give Adamson its first championship after 1977. Of course, that's going to be an overnight thing. It's not going to be probably next year. But down the road, because we're here, for the next 3-5 years. And we want to achieve that goal. Rest assured, the Adamson family, hopefully you can still continue, supporting, cheering for us. But one thing, even when I was away from the UAP, I noticed with the Adamson crowd, they're so animated, they're so passionate.
Solid yung support, yes.
Yes, parang ano yan, the other school eh.
Correct,
Kaya
correct.
I'm so happy eh.
Well, we can't wait to see them cheering you guys on, and great to have you back, Coach Franz, and we're so excited to see a much more competitive Adamson team with you at the helm. So
I'm
maraming
still
salamat.
waiting for you and your bro for recommendation for...
Si Matthew,
We'll talk about
mag-usap
it.
na kayo ni Matthew. Salamat, Coach. Congrats and good luck. Thank you, thank you.